Music Institute, and today I'm here to talk to you about open string scales. Open string scales is an area of the guitar that a lot of guitarists tend to skip. They like to get further up the fretboard pretty fast, and I think you can use these scales in a variety of different styles of music. So we've got country, blues, we can use them in folk. You'll find them very useful in your playing as a guitarist. So we're going to start off with the first scale, and that scale is going to be called C major. I've chosen to start with C major today because it uses all natural notes, and it's a great way to dive in and start using these scales in a nice simple way. So here it goes. We have C, then D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Now what I like to do is actually finish the whole position. So even although we've finished on C here, we're going to keep it going through D, E, F, and we're actually going to finish on our G. We don't want to stretch up to our A because that'll take us out of position and kind of into a new position. So I'll play it again for you from the start. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now we'll come back down. We've got G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and C. And again, we can go below. We can go to our B here, our A, G, F, E, back onto F, G, A, B, settle back on C again. Another thing I like to do is just play a C chord, and that'll just keep the scale in our ears. So a wee bit faster for you. Okay, now you can find this scale in the supporting documents, which is on the website. So feel free, if you've missed anything there, you can grab the PDF from the site and have a look. The next scale we're going to look at today is G major scale. Now an important thing to say here is there's only one note's difference between what you've just played, the C major scale, and what we're about to play, the G major scale. Now that note is the F sharp. So instead of an F that we played in the fourth note of our C major scale, found here, F, we are now going to sharpen that F, and that will give us a G major scale. So I'll run it through for you and then we'll see how you get on. First note, G, A, B, C, D, E, here comes the F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp again, and G. Now backwards, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, and G. And again, a G chord just to help us hear that. Now we're going to look at the next scale, which is a D major scale. We're going to start on our D. The next note is E. We've got that F sharp that we had in the G major. Then a G, A, B. Now the sharp that we're going to add in this time is a C sharp, and then D. Finish the position, E, F sharp, G. F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, and D. And again, we'll go below. We'll go C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, back up, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Now I'll play that slowly all the way up, back down, and back up to the D, just so it's a wee bit clearer for you. What you can also do with this scale is put it in second position if you like. If I would advise that you stay in first position and use your pinky and your second. However, if you want, you can take your D major with your first, second and third fingers. Okay. Next scale up is A. Now, if we're following our pattern of sharps, we added in one sharp, which was F, to get our G major scale. We added in another sharp, which was our C sharp, to get our D major scale. We're now going to have three sharps. The third sharp we're going to add in is G sharp. Now, what this is going to do is actually take one of our open strings away, but we've still got plenty left, so we can still call it an open string scale. Now this one starts on A. We've got B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. If you're a wee bit OCD like me, you'll want to move out of position and get that high A. Come back, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Wee bit quicker for you. Now, if you get a wee bit confused, you can just stick to the A, B, C sharp and move up. And feel free just to stop on the root notes of these scales. You don't have to immediately start going below the root and back up, or above the root and back down. If you want to just do C to C, for example, keep it a wee bit simpler for you, just to get used to that first, you can do that. That brings us on to our last scale I'm going to talk about, and that is our E major scale. Now the E major, again we're going to lose another open string here, but we've still got enough to keep us going. So we're going to start on our low E string. We've got an F sharp, G sharp, A, B. Now we've got our D, let me think, C sharp. We've got our D sharp now, there it is, and then E. Keep going, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, that was our fourth sharp we added in, and then E, F sharp, G sharp. Back down. Wee bit trickier that one. I'll do it again, nice and slow. That's your E, we can go above and back down. Oh, wee mistake there. And our E chord. So that concludes the lesson. We went through 5 different major scales there in open position. Something I really think you should spend some time working on, as it will help so many things: technique and knowledge of the guitar. Remember to say those note names as well. Hope to see you on the next lesson. Thanks a lot.